loves the game so much. He's been working in the league for at least the past couple of years, and he's shared a good amount of insights, which helps us understand where our RQ Akira are coming from. It's no secret, everyone here in the studio, most people around the world, knows about Blacklist. So, is it safe to say this is a David versus Goliath matchup or a Goliath versus Goliath matchup?
Oh, I think it's Goliath versus Goliath. That's what I'll say, because both powerhouse organizations and teams here.
All right. Gideon silence, I'll take as a yes. To which?
Okay.
To you. Let's welcome our marshals officiating this matchup as we go into this best of three. We have them on stage. They're here to ensure the fairness and integrity of our games. Rain, Wilbert, Shun, and of course everyone else coming through. That guy also puts his hand down when it's time to fight. You know what it is. Making their way, their third M-Series straight in attendance after securing their fifth straight.
Let's go, Renejay.
The code breakers are locked and recoded. They are truly top tier Blacklist International.
Man, oh man, you can hear the crowd here in support for them, but across from them is a formidable force against them. We'll see how they turn it out.
With 6 championship titles under their belt, the Brazilian Kings of Kings look to break the code.
Pero itong ano, RRQ na to, malakas din to eh. Mamaw din to eh. Mamaw din to guys eh. Mamaw din to. Tingnan natin. Brazil! Let's go again, Renejay. Puso. Puso. Wala masyadong sound. Dapat ako kasi papakinggan nyo guys pagka ganon.
Again, these teams here.
Raul! Brazil! Renejay, let's go Renejay. Pakita mo sa kanila men. Ipakita mo ang natatagong mahiwagang bato. Swerte yan, swerte si Renejay ngayon. Let's go, sino yung ano? Renejay, make 5! Let's go!
You and the hitman Renejay.
Oh man, I know how you feel about this matchup here, Leo. You know, just yeah, it's gonna be tough, right? Because again, we have seen this form, this code, if you will, of Blacklist International really develop. You know, just in the recent months, and I gotta say, they've been
klase.
You know, they had their own struggles. They've recalibrated, and now they have earned their spot here. We'll really see what they bring to the table this time around.
They'll be going up against Gusta Lagusta, King, Astro Thunder, Saigon, and the Brazilian GOAT, the Heartbreaker, Luis.
I mean, this team has been growing over a good period of time. They've been maturing like fine wine.
Lagyan mo sound onti. Ang lakas na nga na sound.
It's gonna be glory because this team has that chemistry.
Sa sobrang lakas ng sound men, nautot ako.
Do they have that level of execution?
Sheesh!
Polish that we
Sheesh!
all this time?
I'll tell y'all a story. I saw them at Gala night, and they were at the steps, at the base. One of them, right?
Yeah.
Renejay to! Renejay to!
In non-game situations.
Renejay, matalo manalo, I'm proud.
That's what you want to see in a team of this caliber.
Not as a friend, as a kuya. Tandaan mo, Renejay. Etong laban na to. Bakit o sa pinakamamahal mo kay Samantha, ay kay Heart, sorry. Sheesh.
Not only that, gentlemen, but
Sheesh.
we're talk about the fact too that, you know, I feel like this time around, the M Series, as our talent predictions come up here, hey, RQ Akira flew to Indonesia, wait, like a month before M5, I think, you know, and to prep. Now, a lot of teams did that. I feel like this time around, a lot of these teams here on the M5 stage had a ton of time to prepare for this, to prep for this.
All right.
And, you know, now it's time to see exactly what that
This
preparation
it, pansit, men.
Month they spent to prepare. That makes me think maybe 2-1.
Isipin mo, Renejay, ginawa ko lahat, men. Tinawag ko na lahat ng ano dito, guys. Mga engkanto dito sa bahay na mga nagmumulto.
You can't 2-0-2-0 either ways. That's the thing. If I'm
Sabi ko, ipanalo nyo lang sa Renejay. Masaya na ako. Masaya na ako. I'm proud. I'm proud of you, Renejay. Tandaan mo. Tandaan mo to. Lahat ng paghihirap mo, Renejay. Lahat ng yung pinagdaanan mo, Renejay. Lahat. Okay? Kahit dumaan si Basic sa harap mo, ipapanalo mo to. I know you can do it.
So with that said, looking at the stats, I think the world...
I know you can do it.
Hey, say for maybe a few parts of the world, it's like it's the Blacklist.
I know you can do it, Renejay.
You know, agents around the world, and rightfully so, because just looking at the
I know you can do it, Renejay.
speaks for itself. But even just
I know you can.
RQ Akira, we heard what Enrique
Lahat!
said about that.
Lahat!
And even back, if we look back,
Magpakilala ka!
representing League of Tem, there's a lot of potential growing.
Ipakita mo ano ang natatago mong ilong. Guys, support na tayo, Renejay.
To see some of these teams, you know, kind of contest that dominance, and I feel like it is happening. But
Magkakamukha yung mga Brazil eh,
this
no?
could be a big step
Kakamukha.
if they're able
Mga
to
kamukha ko to eh!
Who else I know would love to see these teams in action? RQ, Akira, and Blacklist.
Brazil!
Fans near
Kamukha ko.
VM Convention Center. Folks, I'm talking
Men, kamukha ko sila, men!
nearby. I've gotten word that admission is free right now tonight, so we're trying to fill up the already jam-packed EVM Convention Center. You see just a few seats. So our producers here have given me word that, hey, maybe there's a few more seats in the back.
Hinaan ko naman yung volume ngayon.
Come on down. Just tell me what
Kanina, sabi nyo, lakasan ngayon, hinaan.
main event as we prep up going into the draft.
Absolutely. I can't wait
Yan.
to see how they're going to
Okay, first pick, Renejay.
They've made a
Matilda.
lot of attempts, and you know, watching their leagues itself, you can
May Gwen, may Matilda, Banyo Arlot. Renejay, man.
of America. But once you come over to Southeast Asia, that's where the reality starts to hit.
Novaria.
That's where you see the level of polish that we
Wala pang talo yung Novaria ng Renejay, di ba?
Look at that. We're seeing the Arlet, the Faramis, the Wanwan immediately
Ay,
banned
napo.
playing on the blue side, and RRQ, Joy, Nolan, a lot of dashing assassins on the red side.
Again, just to put things into perspective,
Sa English tayo, guys. Para matuto naman kayo mag-English.
at the
Ha?
Coach
Yan.
Master
Kaka-ML mo, di ka na natututo mag-English. Di ka na pumapasok ng school. Ano natutunan mo sa English teacher mo? First blood.
going into the first picks. What's left open?
Open Matilda.
Adam Matilda still
Open Novaria. Open ang Gwenny Burst.
pickups. Guinevere. Oh,
Woo!
It really is all about
Nagulat sila sa Gwenny Burst. Eh, no?
amongst teams.
Open ang Gwenny Burst.
In terms of success rate, blue side,
Okay, tanggalin lang natin yung cam natin, guys. Ba mamaya. Sabihin
solid
nyo,
choice first pick. Again, you know, this is still flexible.
minamaltrato kayo eh.
We've seen up to this point could even go in the roam.
Yan.
Obviously go in the jungle here. We saw so much, I would say, improvement from Sensui alone over the course of these months here. And also, the fact that, again, they didn't send this group, this...
Kamukha mo yung Luis na roamer. Men, kamukha ko silang lima. Pag pinahaba mo buhok ko, kamukha ko yung mahabang buhok dun.
Begs the question, what's going to happen here with the draft? But on the flip side, RQ Akira already going to lock in the Claude here.
Open pa Matilda pag.
I don't know, especially
Renejay, open pa Matilda, tol.
I like to believe that Gusta Lagusta, he is a beast when he gets his hands on that Claude.
Oh my nose.
Yeah, I want him to have a more lane dominant match.
Sir Renejay, open pa ang Matilda.
Maybe holding up that Bruno instead of banning it to pick it up. towards
Guys,
the
si Yue, nung nakita ko siya, hindi siya talkative, talagang tahimik siya, men.
2 days straight.
Kinamusta ko si Yue, kamusta na? Sabi niya sa akin, okay lang.
Modicum of success. So it's
Matipid
all about
magsalita si Yue, men. Matipid magsalita.
parts of the map.
Brody.
Blacklist claps
Ay,
back.
Matilda. O, mukhang i-open nila yung Matilda mo, ay bibigay nila yung Matilda.
And the Lilia in US. This doesn't confirm anything though, where the Guinevere goes.
Yeah, still up in the air, you know, and I think that's the strength here, the strength play. But these picks coming out really quickly, and you know, I gotta say, it's mostly
Binibigay
just
nila yung
how
Matilda?
they're gonna work around,
Himala.
showing these picks right now, flexing the Guinevere possibly, depending when we get to that second phase.
Yeah, I think for now, at least hiding it is a very good idea to stay flexible.
Walang kumukuha ng Matilda, men.
Akira, just to kind of agree with the same sentiment, right? If you're gonna hide your picks, at the very least I know that I have escape mechanisms and tools to finish you off if you are below a certain percentage of health. But as we go into the second phase, right?
Eto ata yung linik ni H2 eh, no?
Well, Agent Zero might just get pinched here.
Yeah, no, that's likely the angle. But just the same, is it worth it to attack Edward? Because Tekash also has no hero just yet. I mean, we don't know if that's going to be an XP.
Ano yung standing ng Blacklist?
So to say. But
All.
at least they have first dibs.
All tol, all zero.
I don't know. It's a little scary to think of.
Guys, yung mga gusto pala mag-try out dyan na Mobile Legend for our MDL roster.
EXP must take the bullet for this.
Sumali na kayo sa Discord, men. Nakapin niya sa comment.
Need to go into that red zone just.
Pero ang hinahanap ko lang, guys, batak ha. Like,
has started to pick up on the
men, pagka bumatak talaga na Shabu, men, talagang isang linyahan.
You want to play hardball? I'm game. So now Cabral has to step on the clutch. I think he's talking to Luis. Hey, man, this is a good idea. What else do we do? Do we choke it out?
Di, men, ang hinahanap namin, men.
The young Tekash.
I'm really hoping that Benedetta gets slipped
Ala!
through the fingers of both of these teams. Either side will be extremely.
Itong mga taga-Brazil, kamukha ko talaga, men.
They are.
Oh, I'm throwing back to Jakarta. And Tekash, that was his breakout hero.
Oh man, there's the again focusing on that.
Ala ka, Edward, inuubusan ka ng hero, Edward.
Play here, especially for game number 1, it is that best of 3, and you know that.
Guys, naghahanap ako ng
Because like you said, Gideon, whichever
bagong player sa Mobile Legend.
game 1,
Naghahanap ako ng player sa Wild Rift.
bring them to a.
Naghahanap ako ng player sa Farlight.
Now, one thing too is we know how
Gagawa na ako ng team
impactful
sa Farlight pati Wild Rift, guys.
current meta and how it
Pero,
plays out.
focus tayo sa Mobile Legend, gang. Lahat.
Now, one thing
Okay,
we pointed out from
check
the
nyo lang yung
part
Discord,
there
guys.
Is that team, there it is, again, Trizla taken out. What is left for the XP lane? Oh, right away.
Benedetta!
In for a
I got.
treat.
Right away.
The classics, they're whipping out
Viniber
the classics
XP
so
to.
quick. Honestly, when I was thinking of classics for this matchup, I'm like, come on. We gotta see a Benedetta at some point. We also gotta see a Beatrix at some point. But hey, you know, it's still a best of 3. There's plenty of games to be played.
You know what? It's not impossible that we see a Cho from Renejay. Also, a Kaja from Luis. These are key pickups for either team and neither athlete. Both I very love so much on a very deep level, but instead, they pull the trigger. There's the Matilda. We were looking forward to start. And of course, the Edith. All right, you know what? I'm still confused. Nope. Never mind. I know where that Edith's going.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's looking real good here. At least for Blacklist International. To me, I think they're the more flexible
Guys.
team, right? It's all about execution at the end of the day and overall team play that really define Blacklist International.
Umabot pa ng last pick yung
A lot
Matilda.
of weight is put on both OHEB and as well as UA to kind of create, not only create that space, but be very
Umabot pa
careful.
ng last pick Matilda.
That Benedetta could be deadly, especially with a quick follow-up. Oh, from a Kufra.
Another. I would say like this is like a signature pick, right? You mentioned earlier.
Na-try mo na yung Blood Strike. Anong Blood Strike?
Perfect for the lineup that they're bringing.
Kamukha ka si Dennis Rodman. Huwag kang ganyan,
Third
men.
in his trinity.
Huwag kang ganyan.
The Cho and the Kufra. Here we go. In just a bit, we're about to get the numbers and the lowdown on these two lineups between Blacklist International
Huwag kang ganyan,
and
men.
RRQ Akira going.
Huwag kang ganyan. Okay, Renejay.
The quick breakdown is going to look like RRQ.
Guys, nakapusta lahat sa akin dito, guys.
Developed by Blacklist
Men.
International. Keep your eyes on Sensui because he's going to be the big linchpin for this team as they start.
Renejay, pag-aawa mo na. Guys, ako, tinaya ko na.
From third turtle
Pati
onwards,
kaluluha
it's
ko.
gonna be highly contested by
Lahat!
RRQ.
Lahat sa akin!
That's going to be enough for Luis to find that pick.
Here we go. Game number 1. We're loading into the land of Dawn. Joseph, Gideon, the rest of the world, welcome. Join us here for a game
Brazilian model ako.
between RRQ Akira
Koksi, kaganda kayo A above dun.
Notice the early roll.
Latina!
Which of these teams actually might want to go fast?
Well, personally for me, I think it's going to be Blacklist International. There's so much snowball
Potential to, guys. Snowball potential ng Blacklist. Napakatindi dito, guys. Bob, ginugulo na kagad na Renejay. Renejay nang gugulo sa Brazil. Umabot ng Brazil si Renejay, guys. Wala pa, hindi pa nakukuha. Kinukulit lang. Galing mga asag na ito na Renejay, men. Ang galing mga asag na Renejay, guys. Sinasabi ko sa inyo, men. Talagang
We've seen. I feel like we've been focusing so much, even on the roam potential.
Up!
Luis,
Takashi.
jungle. Again, gold lane in this factor with these two teams is going to be huge, right? We already know signature pick. Gusto Lagusta loves this Claude. We've seen it.
hanap ako Valorant player. Wala.
In the way that it can
Ayun.
throw the tide of some of these team fights.
Oh,
But even the split
Gag.
potential later.
Binubuli na ni OM!
Everybody
Binubuli ni OM!
is there like, oh, Gusta Lagusta, you can't be given first blood like that so early on. But keep in mind that a lot of the EXP
Gusta la gusta.
targeted towards Edward, and Blacklist International replied. So that's why King is a
Ganda rotation dito ng Blacklist, guys. Edward, tamang hold lane lang. Ot, yung last nakuha.
Alright, so pressure down bottom from Blacklist.
Renejay?
Here they catch him in mid.
Patay to, men! Patay to, men!
Here, but gets out easily with a guiding wind. Again, I'm expecting somewhat of a stand
Sayang.
until that first turtle comes up here.
Yeah, and even when the first troll comes up,
Hindi ginamitan ng ulti ni Sensui kasi magta-turtle na eh.
not only has
Kailangan niya yung ano, kala ko i-go niya na yun, men.
won't have their ult in time for the fight or are a little too far deep. And based on what we are seeing from at least the Emblem sector, Yue, he's making sure that he has the cooldowns to maintain that mid control.
Turtles already spawned. Both teams going for the pull. Blacklist wins. Gonna go for the reset.
Guys, pinusta ko lahat ng guest coin ko, men. Kailangan manalo dito na Renejay. Ganda ng pull up dito ng... Ay, nauli! Uli!
Been already with the spatial migration into the Requiem on the backside. They're gonna go. Edward somehow gets the...
Laban pa din ba to?
Still, are they gonna fight?
Nice, nice,
or are
turtle.
they gonna go?
Patayan kay Renejay!
Circle wheel to Kashi.
Let's go, Renejay! Nice flicker, J.
Edward, Renejay.
Second skill.
One hit away.
Let's go!
Fine.
That's a little upsetting. Everything that could have gone wrong.
Nagbago ka na, Renejay.
Akira made all the
Pang
right
world
decisions,
stage,
but were
no?
unable to finish off the two low members of Renejay as well as...
Patay to, patay to! Ulti!
It's just taking damage as Oheb is having
Full stack ba yun?
life down by gold.
Full stack ni ano yun, Oheb, no? Wala pang ulti si Oheb.
Akira actually needed so they can start pressing advantage.
Kaso may purify eh. Baka mag-purify bigla eh, di ba?
In the 3 minutes that have elapsed, it's clear Blacks International have mechanical advantage.
Baka mag-purify bigla, di ba?
The little decisions that you make in the fraction of a second makes a difference. It adds up to about 1,000 gold ahead now. Even in the
Guys, ang ganda ng venue ng M5 ngayon, promise. Yung mga tao nagsasabing pangit, men, pangit kasi kayo, men. Maganda. Ang ganda ng pagkakagawa nila. Nakaka-proud. Promise na nagagandaan ako.
Because Oheb's already doing a very good job.
Up, patay to.
Once again, the
Patay to.
in this
Isang istaka niya ni Oheb.
Blacklist International knows
Renejay?
they're able to get a kill here, even in the hands of Owen.
Patay to, men. O, pa-purify, pa-purify.
And that's exactly what they want to do with this momentum play here.
Gentlemen, they're cracking down on Gusta Lagusta. Luis,
Hasta la gusta.
this is not how you want to see the heartbreaker play.
Tayo, ang ganda ng cutting ng ano, Benedetta dun, ha. Ganda cutting ng Benedetta dun, ha.
That make up a mile. It's just not how he plays to protect his gold laner. This is tough.
Yeah, playing defensively is not ideal, especially when you're on Kufra. There's so much that you could be doing, but at the end of the day, it's still dependent on your teammates.
Yes.
Let's not forget, it's not
Yes.
only affecting Luis, it's also affecting
Up.
Sagan, the way that he paths.
May ulti pa yan eh, si Yue. Makapag-ulti pa yan eh. May black shoes pa eh.
Still on the black shoes, right?
May black shoes pa yan.
Rock and Purify actually.
Ibang ka na ba?
You're gonna have to really play around that because even on the other side, RQ Akira has their purifies as well to deal with a lot of this CC gonna be thrown at them. So you can
Talang
see
guys ha.
everybody
Focus lang tayo dito. Renejay pumasok sa loob. Up.
Renejay gonna go
Nice.
use that circling
Nice.
in. Jumps in with
Nice.
Archer. Right on side.
Ano?
Is that black shoes?
Nice, nice, nice ulti dun.
There's the spatial
Boom.
migration to
Gago
come
ko.
again.
De-
Luis tries to
Clean,
follow
clean
up, but
game,
he got
guys.
no backup. As it's
Ibang
a
klase si Renejay. Tansyado niya,
That's also
men.
gonna be the turtle secured for Blacklist International.
Tansyado ni Renejay,
They're
men.
gonna be going, putting the pressure in the mid lane. They don't want to let up here.
Sobrang galing ni Renejay ngayon.
Beautiful stuff coming in from the side of Black.
Sure ko tinaguan to ni Sir Venus.
Punish RQ Akira is very simple, right? They're looking for Sagan specifically, and even for Edward, he has got his guns out.
Bam. Patay. Oh, nice bait.
Jumps in
By
with
Sensui.
celebration, though. Luis, thankfully there in time, but it looks like there might want to be a response.
You're seeing here how precise and how exact Blacklist International's movements are. Was this not just a replay of what happened in the first turtle fight? A big win up top, a kill, and then a rotate down bottom. And
Isipin mo ha, yung BP ni H2,
kuwang
kuwang-kuwa, di ba? Kaso, talo dun si H2, dito panalo si Renejay.
Wow.
Di ba?
He does. Keeps it alive. utilizing that Primal Wrath against the two men.
Kailangan na talaga magbatak ni H2, min. Renegade, tignan mo doing good.
This is like one of those
At
ego challenge moments.
Mobile Legend
He decides to go, you know what,
M5
I'm still playing
brought to you by Grab.
He knows his role on the opposite side.
Brought to you by Sogo Hotel.
This snowball actually piling up. The real question is, how do you actually approach these situations, especially since Blacklist International, they're not wasting movement. They're very efficient.
They're gonna be able to find.
Wala, di mababurst!
So we could be in trouble. He's gonna fall. RQ Akira grabbing their first kill here. No, wait, second. First kill for Saigon.
Yep, it's their first kill, and they spot out the jungler. Since
Yes.
who, by the way, I just gotta know,
Spot
man,
out,
what's going
guys.
on? His first item after the casual molten essence is the brute force breastplate.
Dito nga tayo, guys,
No
pag ano.
better sign of success than excess. You usually don't build brute force
Pag
breastplate.
kitang-kita natin lahat, pati mukha nila. Dito tayo sa taas.
Well, that also, as well as the fact that he might be looking for opportunities to actually out-farm his opponent, right? Especially you're up against a Boxio. Let's keep that in mind.
Kaso pang late game din tong Brazil eh.
Well, they could use it here.
Gago, wala sila. Ang pangit ng ano! Ang pangit ng hero selection ng Brazil, men! Wala to, kakaya... Men, mamaniin yan dito sa Pilipinas!
Now, Blacklist International finding the punishes.
Hindi sila mag-hero selection. Nakita mo yung ulti ng Benedetta?
Dare I say, the best of the best.
Parang ulti ni Hun kanina.
All of the Philippines, Southeast Asia. the
Ala, to
world.
dito, men, kakainin yan dito sa Pilipinas,
It's
men.
notorious. It's world class.
Oh, that's why he's on Black.
Oh, galing na ni Jay. What a counter.
Trying to hold down.
Alam niya nandun, men.
Gonna force him
Pass game, beautiful game kay ni Jay. Ang galing mo, men.
Coming out from specifically the hitman, right? He is sniffing out where Luis
Bigyan ko nga ng
wants
cellphone.
to do, and if he's able to smother it really early on,
Ang galing.
no, he's fine. Look,
Yan pa, papasukan pa na kay Renejay. Mag-ulti pa din si Renejay.
for RRQ. Oheb,
Clean
however,
game,
that's where the target
100% KDA si Renejay, guys.
And it's the same you can say for the
Wag ako dito, baba ako.
finding these little windows.
Kakakit ko lang dito eh, po, tiyan. Pinapababa niyo ako. Oh my God.
5K, 8 minutes in, RQ Akira, their map, their real estate, it's shrinking.
my naman.
Where are you gonna find farm to put on Gusta La Gusta?
I mean, even
Gusta la gusta. Demen, kasi sabi ko sa inyo ang ganda ng ginagawa ni Renejay. Iniispatan niya yung tank, sinasakal niya.
just pull someone to safety. And
Kanina ka pa eh!
catch up right now.
Nasaan niya eh.
Nearly the 9-minute mark.
This, are you seeing this? Oheb is a world away from Gusta La Gusta. That's almost 2,000 gold.
It's almost 2,000 gold here, right? And we were talking about like questionable things that are being built right now. I'm already looking at Benedetta.
Nung RRQ na natakpan natin, tama min ba? Ba't natin tatakpan sila kay ni Jay? Gwapo-gwapo na kay ni Jay eh. Ako promise guys, pag babae ako, papatotnak talaga ako kay ni Jay, min. Pag nag-champion sa M5, shit! Min, sabihin ko sa inyo,
It's true. Again, we can only realize
walang personalan.
and
Lalaki sa lalaki lang.
what's going on in these odd builds. Look at the damage. Look at Yue. Wow.
Damage.
I mean, that's the
Perfect
that's the
game,
best way
guys.
to actually
Perfect
put it,
game.
right? 12, well, again, he is so far ahead.
Perfect
and
game.
Earthquake is that important when it comes down to these to the
Mamatay pangit. Ay pa.
especially when they find that-
Sensui namatay.
that's when we see the snowball actually happen, right? It's all part of the checklist. Unlock the Oheb, get into their jungle,
Yeah.
start taking them down on neutral objectives, and from third turtle onwards, it's Blacklist International.
Hindi guys, ganda. Perfect performance dito sa Renejay guys. Promise. 100% KDA oh. Perfect KDA.
Blacklist to take here as they march in. Where can RQ
Killing damage assist.
right? Because normally you would think, well, maybe split push would be an answer, but even at that situation, it's too tough to pull off right now.
Yeah, I think one thing for sure is that Sagan is really gonna struggle over this.
Boss D, ano masasabi mo sa iwalay ng Katniel? Ginawa yan ng Katniel para makalimutan natin na maganda performance ni Renejay.
Enough, RQ Akira has respectable wave clear. They are going to successfully defend in mid. And I'd like to think you're right. And from very different angles, Gideon, Takash off the fight. He has to
Chill lang,
far
men. Chill
away
lang.
to try and again-
Pasabugin muna yung mga outer tower.
For Luis, man, you gotta get some defensive jumps in.
Yeah, they're gonna have to again. They're gonna lose this mid.
Oh, gandang ulti ni Sensui.
Finding the mark. Luis gonna fall, and now King to follow. They just get obliterated in the base. Now Blacklist International with
Galing din ni Edward, no? Lahat on point din ang ginagawa niya, min.
down the base
Edward pati kay Renejay connection, min.
Do they cap it out? Edward gonna jump in. Takashi falls. Gusta Lagusta trying to keep the
Si
game.
Gusta Lagusta, pinipili niya, patay na yan. Tapos na.
Not enough. As
Hey!
Blacklist International decisively takes game 1.
Blacklist welcomes RRQ Akira into Manila.
Easy
with
game,
a
no?
dominant victory.
Pag nadalian lang masyado yung ano yun, Tignan nga natin mukha ni Renejay. Yes. Amen. Ang dali, nadadalian lang sa Renejay.
Exciting to watch. They're efficient, they sometimes can be aggressive, but more importantly so, like the Hitman himself, he is precise.
Not only with that, but again, if you look at just from start to finish of this game, the execution, every roll, every lane, just played the part, right? There, if you really look at it, it started early on, even into that first hurdle. Things were at a stalemate, like we mentioned, into that first hurdle, and then very quickly, you know, this is kind of the risk that.
Maganda pinakita ni Renejay doon, guys. Aminado ako, men. Napakaganda.
We got that, but unfortunately for Takashi here and for RRQ Akira,
Perfect KDA si Renejay, guys. Perfect KDA. Killing depth assist.
it was a little bit too much risk. With
Killing damage assist pala.
We're gonna have a moment here to break down exactly what happened in game 1. We can start with the draft. How about that? It was looking good actually because there were some signature picks coming up from RRQ Akira, but Blacklist International, the way that they drafted with
Wala, men.
Master the Basics
Wala.
the lead, he enabled each and
Hindi.
every one of them.
Isipin mo yung Matilda umabot sa dulo.
Made all of them do
Ano yun?
in the larger scale, in the big
Nabasa ng ano?
that adds
Nabasa ng Blacklist.
parts.
I agree. I think that, you know, at least
Nabasa ng mga ahente, men. Alam nila yun, draft.
his team with the best
Alam
weapons,
ni Master the Basic. Sabi niya, alam ko na yan, men. Napanood ko na yan.
players really went above
Replay
and
lang
beyond. For
to.
example, we look at Edward. He is playing one of those heroes that is just known to sandbag. This Edith,
You know?
you can't do much against it, right? Look at him, MVP for a reason. He shouldn't be winning that lane. He
Palo.
shouldn't be
Palo si
protecting
Sir
his turret
Edward.
like that, and yet he does.
Palo si Sir Edward, no?
3 KDA, Legend Zero, he's known responsible for about 100% of those
Men,
kills.
palo
in
si Sir
game
Edward.
1. He just knows whenever he comes in, whether by hook or by crook,
Hindi, feeling ko lang,
damage, he will
Feeling
deflect
ko lang, guys,
CCs, and he will win fights for Blacklist International.
I mean,
Lahat ng team, promise, lahat ng team sa buong mundo na Mobile Legend, men. Kung gusto nyo mag-practice dito sa Pilipinas,
Sagan from getting any valuable ults, and when you look at these moments, the telegraph
wala, men.
coming in from Takashi specifically, it allows a template for
Madugo ang RG sa amin.
big punishes. Because again, nobody's gonna be taking care of Sagan.
Di nila alam ang RG dito sa Pilipinas, men, no? Di nila alam.
On condition that Sensui
Nauubog niya ng panahon!
their CC. And in most of these cases, it's too late. Why go in with a blazing duet when they've already lost 2 or 3 of their members?
Oh, not only that, but as you're seeing here unfold again, Edward, yes, MVP.
Galit nyo
on
ako
that
eh.
native performance.
Di nila alam.
There's just so many options for them to initiate these fights, and then again, you have this.
Di nila alam.
Renejay here with that Matilda pick. A lot of the times, even early on, they were just baiting.
Nahubog na tayo ng panahon, tol.
Mistake aggression.
Wala na yan.
Able to pull them away with that guiding wind alone.
I think for a lot of people, the easiest way to kind of explain this is feints, right? They're throwing out fake jabs. They don't know whether this is an actual.
Di nila alam. Etong Mobile Legend, men, ginawa yan dito sa ano?
One line of
Sa Quiapo.
There's multiple angles for Blacklist.
Yung Mobile Legend ginawa sa Quiapo.
RQ Akira's problem is everything felt a little too telegraphed, right? You go up.
Ginawa tong game para sa atin,
You know
men.
for a fact that Takashi is going to come on in with the Electo final blow, and he.
Yung pambato ng North America, men.
We can punish.
Pinipitik-pitik ng RG boys dito sa atin, men. Pinipitik yung betlog.
We get a free kill.
Yep, looking at the item builds, there is the aforementioned the Blade of Heptases built on Takashi's Benedetta, and then eventually building Tank. Something to note as well, Sensui with the Brute Force Breast.
Dito, men, sa atin, men. Madugo ang mobile. Di nila alam madugo ang Mobile Legend.
Those stacks, you move a little faster, you get a little bit.
Pag pumunta ka sa ano?
That's what you need
Sa
to do
Tondo?
in the game to expedite
5v5, nagpupustahan Mobile Legend.
in. Looking at the damage taken, of course, there's a.
Pumunta ka ng Cubao? May nagpa 5v5, pustahan Mobile Legend.
How about you, Emma? He put Saigon in such an odd position, which I want to talk about now.
Punta ka dito sa Pangasinan. 5v5, pustahan Mobile Legend.
Was struggling. What's his Valentina to do?
Well, there's nothing
Di
much
ba?
you could do, right? And it's highly dependent on Luis.
Ang kinagandaan dito, guys, ang pinagkaiba, eto guys, pakialam nyo
2v2 in that mid lane, that this dance that's going on between
Pakialam nyo, guys,
as well as Yue, who are doing a phenomenal job because
ang pinagkaiba, guys,
Yue is clearing out
okay
what exactly is Renejay
pinagkaiba, eto pakialam mo
moving to the opposite side of the map. He's clearing specific bushes that you
pakialam nyo, guys, pakialam nyo ang Mobile Legends sa atin,
necessary for Blacklist
sa Pilipinas,
to have that overwhelming push on the opposite side.
minahal, hindi ginawang trabaho, pumuso. Tandaan nyo, pagka may puso, hawakan ng suso. Okay? Sa Indonesia kasi guys, ang Mobile Legend trabaho. Sa ibang ano, ang Mobile Legend tinatrabaho sa atin, tol. Ang Mobile Legend pinupuso. Pag may puso, hawakan ng suso. Totoo yan. Hindi min ako nagsabi sa inyo. Tanungin nyo doon, tanungin nyo. Nakausap ko lahat ng nasa Indonesia. Mahal mo ba Mobile Legend? Hindi, ginagawa ko lang to, trabaho lang eh. Diba? Totoo naman! Ginawa ko lang to, tol, kasi trabaho. Ibang ka na ba?!
Well, actually, personally for me, I have a differing opinion.
Dito sa atin, men.
Like overall draft, this is actually is
Men, minamahal natin, men.
men.
Minamahal natin yan. Mas pipiliin pa nga natin yung ano, magka-jowa. Men, promise guys ha. Papipiliin mo ako jowa o Mobile Legend. Hindi ko kaya pumili, men. Hindi ko kaya pumili. It's not just that easy. Hindi madali.
It feels too static for the side of RRQ Akira. There's not enough
Ako nagsabi sa inyo.
creativity. They're not loose.
Ang babae,
right? Everything feels
iiwanan
so
ka niyan.
structured.
Pagkatapos gamitin ang ating katawang mga kalalakihan, iiwanan ka lang. Ang Mobile Legend. Andyan yan. Andyan yan. Andyan yan. Andyan yan. Sa ganda-ganda nating mga... Guys, ang ganda nating mga lalaki. Tapos gagamitin lang tayo ng mga babae. Di ba? Oh, totoo. Oh, sabi mong pangit ka. Hindi, di ba? Maganda kang lalaki. Oh, ngayon, maganda kang lalaki. May nakita kang babae, linapitan ka. Uy, ang ganda mong lalaki. Min, lumayuan na. No. No. Ano kala mo? Matitikman mo ako? Hell no. Magmo-Mobile Legend na lang ako. Di ba?
It constantly adapts, it constantly changes. It's tweaked a little bit here and there, but essentially at the end of it all,
Ayan. Ako sinasabi ko sa inyo, guys, ha. Kaya,
what's working for them. And
guys, pag ako naging presidente ng Pilipinas, lahat ng nagmo-Mobile Legend, may 20 mil na allowance kada buwan. Amen? Amen.
Out against your opponent, right? And that's where the big proprietors come in. You not only need stable laners, you need impact laners. That's why Edward is #1 when it comes down to the lane role rankings.
Nasabi ko sa inyo, guys. Nasabi ko sa inyo.
You just see how he plays, you watch his career, you look at the records, the timeline that have been written into MLBB esports.
Nasabi ko sa inyo, men.
Show you that Agent Zero owns the EXP lane.
I was just gonna say, this
Wala magagawa tong Brazil sa atin, men. Wala magagawa tong Brazil.
days, right? And even when you're watching them play the Edith, you're thinking like, man, what fits there?
Wala tong magagawa ang Brazil sa atin, men. Ang kaya lang dumikit sa atin,
Essentially, that's the thing.
Indonesia. Yung Onyx pa.
The XP lane itself.
Sino yun nandun? Si Kyrie. Taga saan si Kyrie? Taga Bataan. Taga saan yung Bataan? Malapit sa bahay ni Renejay.
For the most part, and then eventually,
Malapit sa bahay ni Edward.
XP lane just got a much more impactful role, right? You have these players, you have these heroes now that fit really well into
Diba?
the game, and they are actually able to change the course.
Men,
Even a losing game, right? We've seen
sabi ko lang sa inyo, men.
And Edward there is one of them. So when you look at Takagi,
Kailangan pa ng Indonesia kumuha ng Pilipino dadalhin sa bansa nila
his own standard. And now when
Kaya
we
ano?
look at a game 2, that's
Kaya manalo?
right? How does Takashi himself adjust with that mindset, with the draft that they lead into, and then how do they pull it off?
Hey, Takashi's on the upper half. He's in the upper half of all XP
Oo,
with an M5. So there has to be some respect there. And
may kasabihan nga tayo guys eh.
performing at a level
Only judge can guide me.
plays up against
Okay?
Edward.
Men, ganun. Men, ako sinasabi ko sa kanila.
A multi-time MVP.
Magagaling kasi tayong Pilipino pagdating sa
Time
mobile game. Totoo yan.
And when you
Sa Wild Rift,
won alone as we reel back,
halos Pinoy din dun.
Takashi did not show any signs of
Joke,
weakness.
Chinese pala. Pero, what I'm trying to say
He has
is a Mobile
all the
Legend.
monikers. Not only is he just Agent Zero, some people, well, it depends on how you look
Malakas
at
tayo,
him.
guys.
He's a sacrificial lamb sometimes.
Okay.
That somehow, as a holy iron grenade inbuilt into him for some reason, he is an absolute menace at times. But that's not all, right? That's
Diba?
the EXP lane. As we start moving towards the rest of the team, the new additions even, I feel like Yue has really found his place with this Blacklist roster. And more importantly, so what makes me most nervous is the entire team smiling on stage.
Hintayin na lang natin,
It doesn't feel like
guys.
a normal thing
Ang tagal
based on
nang
Blacklist in
tawagan
general.
ko tong
I'm
mundo
back
eh.
in M3.
They've changed.
They've changed
You
so
know,
much.
that's why
May
I was
gagamba
saying
sa likod ko?
before we went to this, I was like, hey,
Ay,
couple months ago,
kasi huwag kayo
still
magbugjoke ng
don't
ganyan
know
ah.
This iteration of Blacklist International, they are different, right? But essentially, I feel
Men,
like what
hindi ako takot sa multo. Takot ako sa gagamba.
has developed in its own way. They have multiple strategies they like to pull
Men,
out because
hindi nyo ako matatakot sa Outloom, men.
draft, master the basics and coach Dex.
Tandaan nyo, hindi nyo ako matatakot sa Outloom.
And that's what makes it work. So even when you look at that, again, really thinking
Pag ako nakakita ng
they
Outloom,
have
men,
their own identity, strategy, and
Ala!
flavor to them.
ala, ala, yan gagawin sa akin.
Personalities, right? So when you're looking at them, and even what's across from them,
Hamunin ko pa yan. 1v1 Mobile Legend. Moscow
where
only.
do you start to make these changes? Because we always talk about these check boxes you have to, you have to check off to get to where you need to do to get to a game 3, to win a series. And,
Pero gagamba?
for
Ah.
Akira, again, I think
Men.
it's start simple, right?
Yan gagamba na yan.
Have a good draft.
Men, pag tinuklaw ko kasi yan, men, one time, eto kwento ko lang sa inyo. Ba't takot na takot ako sa gagamba?
Jungle, man.
Kaya alam nyo lang.
Objectives
Okay?
alone. If we're talking about
Kaya alam nyo lang.
what we saw on the
Men,
wild card,
one time natutulog ako.
in Malaysia,
One time
these
natutulog
teams
ako,
have
men.
to be able to win those turtle dances, the Lord dances later on.
Naghanap kami ng gagamba.
These other lanes, but really, let's be honest.
Paano pala ako makapaghanap ng gagambay kung tulog ako? Ginising ako ng pinsan ko. Ginising ako. Dogs! Hanap tayo gagamba. 4 a.m. ng umaga, men. 4 a.m. ng umaga. 4 a.m. ng umaga.
Very fast game we played in game 1, by the way. Not a single turtle
Kinuha ko yung gagamba. Nakuha ko, men.
RRQ Akira's working.
Gagambang santol!
The way that they can
Kumuha ko.
one or the
Kuha ko
other
ang laki,
is
men.
either give up the
Ang laki.
entire
Derby,
focus
mahaba galamay. Madaming balahibo.
The aggression. We'll find out how RRQ Akira does just that as we go onto the stage.
Malaki.
Here from our host. They're talking to someone real
Lagay ko sa ano ko. Post ko, men. Lagay ko dun yung may salamin pa. Maganda yung ano ko, lagayan ko dun. Pak! Ganun yan. Tapos pag linalabas ko pa yan, tol, may pang scoop pa ako. Tapos binibigyan ko ng vitamin sting. Isang patak ng sting.
International viewers at saka ano ang posisyon na
Oh.
nilalaro nyo?
Men, binigyan ko ng sting.
Ako si
Edi energy yung ano ko, gagamba ko. Natulog ako. Nakakawala sa kulungan yung gagamba ko. Kinagat itlog ko, guys. Namaga. Ang laki.
Alright. So, mabilis
Hindi
na-
balance. Isa kong itlog, guys. Maga-maga. Ganyan oh, bam.
Pakiramdam na umabot ang Blacklist
Ang bigat.
International
Ang hapdi.
sa world stage.
Min, super hapdi.
For the third straight time. Ano pakiramdam mo?
Takot ako. After nun, ayoko na.
Namin talagang lahat makapagpasok ng M5 tas
Men, sabihin ko sa inyo, men.
ulit kami sa
Try nyo, guys. Kuha kayo gagamba.
Thank you, Rico.
Gagambang santol.
Dom,
Pakagat nyo, betlog nyo, men.
Rinig mo yung mga preparation ginagawa ng Blacklist
Men, sabihin ko sa inyo.
International. Gaano kahirap
Mapdi,
magtrabaho
men.
ang Blacklist
Mapdi.
International para maghanda para sa M5?
pulidong mag-prep yung Blacklist kaya alam ko mananalo sila.
Blacklist has been prepping hard, so he's confident they're going to win. And of course, Rito said earlier that Blacklist International, of course, all of them are very happy because the goal has always been for the World Championship. Kimpoy, fearless forecast. Ano ang final placement ng Blacklist International pagkatapos ng M5?
Uy, si H2 yan ah! Ay, si Kimpoy pala.
There you have it. Rido, Dogi.
Feeling ko guys, kaya mag-finals ng Blacklist dito.
Sabay-sabay natin, sabay. Blacklist! Alright, let's go, Cat.
Blacklist! Break the nose! Renejay, man. Please, panalo mo, man. Eto, real talk, Jay. Kung napapanood mo to, Jay, ipanalo mo yan, Jay. Okay? Promise, Jay. Eto na yung pinapangarap mo noon, Jay. Okay? Jay, eto yun. Eto yung time na gustong-gusto mo, Jay. Okay? Gawin mo lahat para makuha ang champion, guys. Jay, itaas mo yung trophy. Okay? Pagkataas mo, bato mo kay H2 na matauhan na mag-grind na. Okay, Jay? Jay, please, Jay. Galingan mo, Jay. Eto ang aking letter mula sa aking puso. Nasaan ang puso? Nasa suso. Ano ang suso? Hahawakan mo palagi kasi nandun ang puso. Diba? Nasabi ko sa inyo.
The overall mechanical prowess of Blacklist International. So that only leaves you with two options. Either A, you don't interact with them at all and you play for the lanes, play for your gold laner, and get that snowball running.
Okay,
Or
game.
you are looking to play pure disruption, off-tempo plays, tempo breakers even, times where you can slow down but instantly speed up.
Here we go. We'll see what kind of equipment and heroes these teams
Alright.
will be picking up on their way into game number 2. The draft is upon us.
Ito na, guys. Ito na.
So we're gonna have Blacklist International again. On this blue side, we've got RQ Akira there on the red. First band's already pretty much coming through, right? So there's the Guinevere band this time around.
Bilan nila yung Guinevere, guys.
Blacklist International wants to prioritize here. Again, still a lot open that they can go ahead and go with.
Kasi ito honesty yan, natatakot ako guys sa Onyx. Ang ganda pinapakita ng Onyx eh. Yung geek pam wala eh, baloktot guys eh. Ganon eh, no? Hindi sila steady.
We've seen this picked up.
Yeah, I mean,
You know, first pick.
it's a, I mean, earlier today we
Pero Bren pati Blacklist guys.
as well, right? But coming from Blacklist,
Ganda, malinis palagi.
tell us a story.
Malinis palagi ang game, men. Guys, by the way, kung gusto nyo mag-try out, syempre maghanap na ako ng bagong player ko ngayon for MDL. Guys, sumali na kayo sa Discord. Okay?
Even while Matilda is out there, even while Angela is out there,
Nakapin yan sa comment ko sa Facebook. Sa mga tao nanonood sa YouTube, shoutout nga pala sa inyo. Pinabasa ko din comment nyo. Mas maganda magbasa ng comment sa YouTube. Kasi mas malinis yung tanong nila. Pagdating sa Facebook, laging kino-comment, walang audio! Ko-comment sila. Walang audio!
and it's going to come from very aggressive.
Mas maayos pa sa YouTube eh. Mga tao, men, matitino eh. Okay, di ko naman sinasabi lahat. Di ko naman sinasabi lahat ng tao na sa Facebook di matitino. I'm just saying guys ha. Binibase ko sa comment nila ha. Dito sa YouTube. Tingnan mo, basahin natin yung ano. Si Ibana nasa likod mo. Si Lisa nasa likod mo. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Boss, puso mo. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. May bata sa likod mo. Ayun yung sinasabi nila sa YouTube. Tingnan natin sa ano, Facebook. Boss D, nakamute mic mo. Boss D, nakamute ka. Dogie, may multo ba dyan? Tuta, nakamute ka. Boss D, may tulo ka. Boss D, 1v1 kay Nilisa Ouija board.
Alright, here we go. That's our Akira closing up their draft here, the first phase with Yakai. I'm liking it already. There's nowhere else this Yakai could go. It just has to be in the hands of King.
Isipin mo yun. Ganun yung kino-comment nila sa FB, sa YouTube matitinupe. Kaya gustong-gusto ko dito sa YouTube. Alam niyo bakit? Sa YouTube guys, mature yung mga tao. Sa Facebook, semi-mature. Alam mo bakit? Alam mo bakit? Alam niyo kung bakit? Alam niyo kung bakit? Bakit? Alam niyo kung bakit? Bakit? Alam niyo kung bakit? Bakit? Okay? Kasi ganito yan guys. Sa Facebook, okay? Ito ah. Ganito ka sa Facebook. Hindi hiniwalay ni Facebook ang Facebook na matatanda. Yan ang dahilan.
Oh boy.
Dapat gumawa sila ng Facebook na matatanda. Yung mga 40 years old above, dapat separated na yan. Separated na yan, men. Ihiwalay na yan. Pag hiniwalay yan, men, sabihin ko sa inyo, aayos. Giginhawa ang mundo. Men, nag-message sa akin, eto guys ha, atin lang. Nag-message sa akin, atit ko, tita ko. Doggy! November 23 or November 24, mawawalan daw ng internet ah. Bakit? Sasabog daw yung agaw. What the?
Man, Blacklist International, they're really testing Takashi at this point of time. They're like, okay, if you want to play structured again, go for that Benedetta. Just one more time.
We dare you. How about it?
He hate turret.
He just does. Oheb and turret don't really go well. Oheb has
Sipin mo
9
yun.
damage in a game in the M series. Homie's all about 42,790 with Brody versus
Kung pwede lang talaga ihiwalay eh.
M4.
This is gonna be someone's IGN after today.
I hate turrets.
He hates
Sasabog.
Just does.
Oheb don't like turret. Oheb like big
Oh
damage,
my God.
turret, move fast.
Make snipes.
Make
Seryoso?
Damn.
There we go. The Navaria picked up by Coach Cabral on behalf of RRQ Akira.
Talang guys
That's a
ha.
lot of rage. That's a lot of engagement.
Isoy lang ako ha.
For the Brazilians here.
Nai-stress ako sa inyo eh. Pero nanonood ako, chill lang kayo guys.
Not
Chill.
necessarily a free win just yet, but one of the few picks that I would
Kailan
love
ulit promo sa Tecno Secret?
would be
Talang guys ha.
No, darn it.
Oh!
They're bringing it back.
Edits! Ay estes!
Mr. Bacarse.
There was cheers for that and the Benedetta.
Naglabas na ng eh.
Man, come on.
Oh my nose!
For
Oh my
both
nose!
sides. I closed my eyes as soon as I heard the Estes. What?
Yeah.
This is too much. You guys.
He better be wearing that Blacklist skin. If it's
You
anything else,
guys.
it's disappointment.
All right, we're in for a treat, folks. If y'all don't know, Blacklist is known for these heroes. That's it. They're going for the throat, Gideon.
They are going for the throat. I don't know. In most situations, like, you already have the Akai, but it starts to make sense now, right? Why they're getting rid of the Yuzong, why they're getting rid of the Terizla. You want to group together? Let's look for a punish. And now we're going on a subpar EXP laner in the Grok to try to make sure. You stick together, wild charge.
When was the last time we saw Grok XP?
I do recall seeing it in M4, right? I remember seeing it there, but
Yeah.
it's been a while.
It's a year ago, Joseph.
It's been a year
That's
ago.
a year ago.
What the?
A year? Thousands of miles away from here. That's a year ago. But all right, the numbers will show very, very soon. Help us make sense of these two lineups. RRQ wins on the counter index, though.
Yes, it looks like they win on the counter areas, but keep in mind, early and mid game goes over to Blacklist International, and even late game potentially can be very scary. Right now, RQ Akira want to play towards that goal lane, and if they have the options to play around neutrals, they will try. But it's
Alright,
not
game.
focus.
Game
All
guys,
right,
game.
Game number 2 match.
Game number
point
2.
For the code breakers.
Gumamit na
as
ng
they
estes si Renejay. Oh my nose!
End game protocol, picking up some signature heroes, paying homage to the queen. Renejay with the Estes. Who would have thought on day 2 we would have seen this?
Oh
Let's get
my
into
nose
it.
is doing it. Oh my nose.
Rotations. It's a purple start for Sensui. The opposite for King.
Interesting. So they want to end up on the opposite sides of the map at the very least, and well, sorry, the same sides of the map. But at the very least, we need to understand a couple of things, right? Number one, if we are expecting the new, say it,
Whoa, whoa,
hello,
whoa,
say
whoa,
it,
whoa.
say it, Please,
Okay,
buddy.
as you were saying, it's very similar as first game.
Yeah.
Hard stopping.
Hard stopping, real, true.
Jay. Wala, tinatayuan na kayo ni Jay oh.
In terms of the quote-unquote EXP laners, Edward is always going to be able to make it to the neutrals faster than Takashi. It's just a matter of...
Boss, di may ba tayo? May bagong lineup ka ba sa team mo? Pa-shoutout, Boss Dog from NDUSA.
It is the skin, by the way.
May tatlo kang bagong player.
There it is, yes.
Yeah, there it is.
Sabihin ko na kaya, no?
22, because as you talk about the gold,
Kung sino. Pero
Gideon
hindi si H2.
also mentioned
Hindi si Yahweh.
back in what it was
Okay.
you mentioned, so now still
Hindi din si Dilar. Hindi din si Raflesia. May nakuha kaming iba.
you can see they mean business.
They mean a lot of business as well. Fighter Emblems coming from Benedetta, Atypical, Impure Rages coming all around from the side of Blacklist International, and Takashi having, I mean, he's on the Grok. He needs this Weapon Master to really kind of...
Kaso, tingin ko late game, lamang dito ano eh. Naka-purify ba si Renejay? Hindi, lamang sila Renejay. Naka-purify si Renejay, lamang sila Renejay.
Build, if the Benedetta will be very different from the way Takashi built it, what kind of grok we're going to be seeing in the hands of Astro Thunder, and how they're prepping up for this first turtle, by the way. About 5 seconds from now, Blacklist International, small lead, 2 minutes in.
In case anybody was wondering when Blacklist International skin came out, quickly post that on screen. Every single time it happens, I'm going to mention it. But for now, at least, Takashi, he's going to hit level 4, which is great, but Sagan isn't level 4.
They're exactly where they want to be here.
Ang galing ng hero, ano? Ang ganda talaga ng pinapakita talaga ng Blacklist. Ang ganda ng hero, ano nila, targeting. Tingnan mo, walang magawa, oh.
Wild charge. King, though, will get the turtle.
Ang ganda ng pinapakita.
Choice of positioning there for RQ Akira. Oh! Almost, but it was Edward that also went down in that exchange.
Namatay si Kuya Edward.
Battle spells are already coming out here. Things are looking much better for
Tangina ka sa Renejay, ba't ka nag-estes?
Renejay's here to top him back up so that OHEB can stay in lane, but here comes Sagan and Luis.
The flank!
They're here. Oheb gonna dodge that shot, so he should be fine. Gonna have the heal as well.
Bang!
Okay, torn apart.
Hindi, kaya yan. Tiwala lang kay Renejay. Tiwala lang kay Renejay, man.
Renejay's running out of mana at this point, so
Tiwala lang kay Renejay.
as the mid lane is under control, RQ Akira putting a lot of focus down and reinforcing the goals. But even so, these neutral objectives, right?
Tiwala lang kay Renejay, guys. Tiwala lang tayo kay Renejay.
But unfortunately, they weren't able to fully reset this turtle. Small mistakes, not that big of a deal. At the end of the day, Blacklist International, with or without the turtle, really makes no difference.
That's interesting. Looking at the gold earned.
Bukas, guys, yung DOGIE Series, 11 AM.
A single wave, and he's been hitting.
Sino nakakuha nun? Si Oheb, nice. Gold Crab. Masyadong tumatambay dito yung ano ha. RRQ ha, pwedeng patayin yan. Patayin nyo nga yan. Kanina pa ako nabubosit dyan eh. Kanina pa ako nabubosit dyan eh. Ha?
See a lot of the focus though, once again, where they want
Oh,
to.
tuloy ako.
Like Gideon mentioned earlier, this is crucial for both teams here.
RRQ Luis, pumasok sa loob. Tignan natin, lumipad.
But they just pull back for now. Once again, we're still 30 seconds away from that turtle.
But why though? But why would you want to go for the Circle Eagle in moments like this? Like, I guess it's just to open up the map, and I think Takashi.
Ano prediction ko sa finals is either Blacklist, Bren,
in that lane for as long as possible. Get that information about how many
Onyx, or yung ano, Team Mongolia. Malakas yung Mongolia, guys. Lason yun, ako sabihin ko sa inyo. Ingat, ingat, ingat dun. Ingat dun, min. Pam. Munti ka na yun si Luis, ha? Dapat pinatay na yan. Gags si Edward, low. Edward.
Once again, both gold laners going to this other side of the map, so they're going to go to work around it. But if RQ Akira can secure themselves to the second turtle, they're going to be on their way to a better position than they were in the previous game. And right now, they're after it. So
Mali yung pasok ni Luis! Mali pasok ni Luis!
King's going to be able to secure the turtle, and they disengage after it. They make the right choice. RQ Akira
Jay!
now gets the next.
Renejay!
Okay, it's RQ Akira this time around playing the game of inches. They're not going to force the issue, not going to go for big wins. Instead,
Yung Lilgan? Oo, guys, malakas yung lason yun. Yung coach kasi nun malakas eh, si Mitch. Magaling yung coach nun, guys. Gusta la vista, gusta la vista. Ah, patay ka na. Hasta la vista.
Easily for UA, putting them on the board. So caught again. This is kind of what we expect here with this lineup from Blacklist.
There's your answer, Leo. That's exactly what they wanted to do.
YouTube ako mag-live bukas. YouTube pati Facebook, guys.
Gets his very first item, then he's ready to rumble. More importantly, so right. Keep in mind.
Kasi pag natapos yung ano yung DOGIE series, yung 5 doon, makakapasok MDL. Tapos maghahanap tayong panibagong 5 pag second 5. Lamang dito Blacklist, guys, kahit anong gawin nila. Ang galing mag-ano eh. Minamama nila, tsaka na ano, sinasay ko sa mapa. Experience-wise, guys.
finding their angles, pushing bottom lane in.
Experience-wise lamang tayo. Sanay tayo sa mga ganitong sitwasyon eh. Napagdaanan na nila to sa MPL eh. Oh, Yue, hindi takot to. Tignan mo. Si Yue, oh, talaga nang mamama lang. Wala siyang katakot-takot.
Well, not really no man's lands POIs like River Crab, but also getting small invades, taking away Kobolds, taking away Beetles at the same time. And I think a lot of it is just well done. OHEB is just very...
Anong posisyon ng team members namin? Panel, XP, pati post 5. Mas sumahali mo, Brent, pag ibang bansa alaban. Hindi, mamaw talaga, Brent, min. Mamaw. Ikaw ba naman, makita mo mukha ni Flap, nakakatakot eh. 15 years old, mukha ng 65, ang tangkad pa. Takashi, low. Takashi, mamamatay na. Flame shot Yue. Shit, naka-purify.
But that's the thing.
Dapat nag-flame shot, no?
Renejay there to heal him up, and now a third turtle of the game for the takings. Luis gonna go in.
Ay, pumasok si Yue.
Already taking the brunt of
Gagsi ka, pumasok si kuya mo Yue, men. Sino nakuha?
Heavy spin use, King gets
Nice, Edward. Pasukin mo, Edward. Ay, gago ka na uli si Edward.
charge comes through.
Ah!
Has to get out of there. But Oheb
Nice.
can answer.
Nice
Finds
one.
the kill on Takashi.
Nicely played by RRQ.
Nice one.
They force Yue to use the Purify as well as
Proud ba ako kay Coach Mitch? Proud ako sa mga... Hindi lang ako proud sa kay Coach Mitch. Proud ako sa lahat ng Pilipinong lumalaban ngayon sa M5, men.
Give me that kill over Edward. Let me hold it.
Basta na kay Renejay, kay Mitch, kay MP the King, mga dati kong naging player yan. Okay? Kay Yahweh. Sino pa? Diba?
Despite being a 0-3 on Turtles, I think Blacks International has a great future in them. And when I say future, I'm saying maybe 2 minutes in. Because looking at that last engagement, for that last Turtle fight, you have to admit, mana is life and life is mana. As long as Renejay has mana...
Okay, 2-0 na nila tol, na makatulog na ng mahimbing.
How to use their kit very, very specifically.
And that's why Sagan feels like he's so neutered in this game. It's like, oh yeah, I hit the nastiest skill shot from the longest range possible.
Patay to.
Renejay is like, what?
Taba ni Oheb, men. Taba ni Oheb.
What? Did it happen? Nah.
Taba ni Oheb.
It's just a flesh wound. It's one of the strengths though here, and now the focus once again. The landing.
Wag mo na ulti, Jay. Chill lang, chill. Sige, dalawa naman naka-purify sa inyo. Walang mahani yan. Nice one. Kay Sanford din, proud din ako. Sa lahat, men.
But it's not converting into real estate. Nothing on the map is going their way.
Oy, gagsi ka. Anong ginagawa ng tol? Hala ka! Yung tagal ng laban dito sa top lane, men. Pero namang nalamang Blacklist, men.
This is actually kind of interesting. I feel like RRQ.
Ano masahe mo sa iwalay ng Katniel? Men, Mobile Legend tayo.
Where they're able to use the circling eagle guiding winds.
Hanggang dito ba naman?
A back position and use the heavy.
Pagpahingayin nyo naman yung tao, guys. Pag-usapan na lang natin tong M5.
Idea, but I don't know. It's going to need a little bit of testing from RRQ and Kira to find the moment to do so.
Yep. Here we see 9 minutes in. Lord spawning in the lower quarter. Looking at the item game, still Oheb 1,000 gold ahead. Takash fails to cancel the recall. What's the item game looking like here? Heptases, Malefic Roar, Hoss Claws, the Fury already onto Oheb. Oh yeah, and again, key pickup here for Yue. The Queen's Wand.
Oh man, I've missed seeing Oheb on an international stage. Just to see him, you blink 1 second and he's already 1,000 gold up, man. And he
Ang
makes
taas-taas ng gold ni Oheb dito,
They
guys.
can once again play around this objective. RQ Akira knew what they had to do going to game 2.
Oh,
Pinasok ni Luis, men. Matigas to si Luis, eh, no?
Can they pull
Laka!
this one off?
Laka!
He's going to use that circling eagle. They're trying to lure Blacklist International towards this.
Tinatry nila mag-Lord Dance, men. Yung Lord Dance gumawa niyan, Blacklist.
one is visible.
Malilin lang yung bayan dyan.
Before Oheb are here.
Blacklist lang din gumawa ng strategy na yan, tapos gagamitin nyo sa kanila.
I don't know where this dance is going, by the way. Both
Eh,
of them are
Sensui pa din yan,
back.
tol. Promise, legit.
actually want to team fight pretty hard, but Renejay has been
Lugi sa mapa yung ano eh. RRQ. Tingnan mo, sinasalulat na ano ni Yue, men.
Oh, they don't know where Abu Jinjing is.
Hindi tumatama pa yung ano ni
Take that forward.
Novaria.
They don't know where Edward is.
Yeah, they got to watch out for Edward. He's hugging this side here, looking for his own entry point. He's going to
Ayun o, huli o! Ayun o! Huli!
focus him down, already using the electro final blow. Gusa though wants to kill the hero.
Gago ka nakuha, guys. Gago. Putang takbo, gago. Tang ina, mabuti patayin nyo. Ubusin nyo, ubusin nyo.
Over the base, Gusa is gonna fall, but RQ Akira gets the objective.
Okay. All right. Ooh, boy. A lot of things going on in that particular fight. And I think at the end of the day, just well done to King. Despite the chaos and madness, was still able to secure the Lord for themselves. But keep in mind,
What the heck, no?
just chunk out these turrets.
What the heck?
Alright, they're gonna get the defense on tier 1 in mid. But I gotta say again, Blacklist International so good on the turn. Something tells me they don't mind losing out on the level 1 Lord.
Kailangan...
At the end of the day, it's not luminous.
Ito may maganda nag-comment ha. Real talk lang. Daming player na mag-champion sa ML mapa international sa ML. Or local na galing sa tamod ni Doggy. Man, hindi yan galing sa tamod ko, min.
Milk the gold out of RRQ Akira. Akira's structure.
No.
No, he should be okay, right?
Yeah, he should be fine. Yeah, he's quite tanky himself, but they're gonna throw a lot here.
Lahat yung pinaghihirapan, di ano.
But still,
Okay.
doing his own work. This is what he loves to do.
Yan, nice one, Edward. Nice one.
An electro final blows to safety. He's just fine.
Abon changing Wales away, cracks that tier 2 up top with impunity.
Proud ka din ba kay Ed Kaluwag? Super proud.
Yeah, Mr. Papadopoulos was able to find RRQ Akira slacking. All these
Ano masabi ko sa kangkong chips? Hindi ko pa natitikman yun, guys, eh. Masarap ba yun?
They really have to assess the situation. They start overcommitting. That's when Blacklist finds the hole.
Isipin nyo, nakakuha ng Lord RRQ, pero sila pa yung nape-pressure sa mapa. Men,
Now it's 1.7k. Only
ganun katindi tayo.
Yep. Something tells me RRQ Akira is holding out for one more big ticket moment.
Ganun tayo katindi,
They're
men.
looking for that ramp up. They'll get more aggressive when Takashi says yes, when Takashi says go. Takashi has to hide in these bushes way better. He has to get
Boss D, ikaw lang inaasahan namin na loyal dito sa mundo, men.
Oh, this could be his moment. He's actually
Dalawa lang minamahal ko sa, tatlo lang minamahal ko sa buhay. Anak ko!
settled down here.
Mobile Legend! Pati asawa ko, men.
His tracks. Meanwhile, Edward pushing
Dapat
the
ganun.
side. RQ Akira, they've got to go answer to this.
Okay, they at least respect the fact that they know that pure
Dapat ganun kang tao.
If they pull the trigger
Op.
and
Edward, kaya ba?
they would've
Nice one,
just
Edward.
bumped into
Pressure lang,
Blacklist,
Edward. Pressure lang.
healed and then punished. So at least they know that.
I mean, the most that they would get is probably Oheb, since he's the only one without the Purify. He's just confident that he can get out of every situation, regardless. But I think that at least for the side of RRQ Akira,
Di mo mahal si Kim?
starting to get a bit uncomfortable for them because they need their entire composition to be together to actually make something happen. Blacklist International are totally fine playing 4 and 1.
Teka lang, guys, ha. Teka lang. Focus lang tayo dito.
Is just so much faster on the rotation compared to Takashi's Grok.
Dare I say, it can be 3-1-1. It's Renejay and the other two elsewhere splitting up. It's just Renejay plus. Doesn't matter.
Okay, up na yung Lord. Up na yung Lord, guys. Eto na, Lord dance.
Heel man, from hitman to heel man, and working for this Lord now.
Okay, guys.
Like we saw previously, Blacklist International, they were fine even losing that first Lord, but this one they're going to want to fight. They're going to want to force RQ Akira to dance here, and that's exactly what they do. Multiple...
Okay, guys. Okay. Check natin to, ha. Ito crucial tong Lord na to, eh. Masakit tong Lord na to, eh.
Already
Pero lamang na lamang Blacklist, oh.
slight advantage.
Side, nagpupush.
And the hard reset.
Reset lang, hard reset lang.
Coming in from Takashi. Keep in mind, King is a level ahead of Sensor.
Hard reset lang tayo, pag.
Advantage, but they gotta be careful, right?
Hard
They gotta
reset
make
lang.
sure that they're cleaning up these waves because Blacklist International are gonna keep pulling
Let's go,
them
Jay.
apart. Look, Edward on the bottom
Jay.
side. Oh, whoa.
Inulti si Renejay! May purify! Ulti BAM! Woo! Gago ka, Jay! Tong ino. Ubus yan, Jay! Nice one! Nice! Takashi! Nagmukhang tanga pumasok sa apat! Patay ang gago!
Everything thrown here, and Blacklist International has the go for the Lord.
All right, good news for RRQ Akira. Louise inside can still have their flicker, but bad news is Blacklist International makes a beeline for the Lord. They're blitzing this.
Atin na yan, Lord yan.
Lord here.
Edward, nagangan mo.
National at this point.
Nice
We'll see the march
one.
into the base of RQ Akira. Again, they have work to do. RQ Akira trying to hold down as much as
Sensui?
they can in mid lane.
Luis.
But what can they do with this
Renejay?
pressure from Blacklist International?
I think that RQ Akira, they need to, I mean, besides the fact that they need to clean up some of their wave management overall, I'm actually quite proud of them. The fact that they've been able to...
Ano masasabi ko kay Josh na Moji ka? Di ko kilala yun, guys, eh. Sino ba yun?
Out there, their big plateau that they've been trying to take over
Hindi ko
since
yun kilala.
Game 3, but in the meantime, I think the only way that they're going to be able to get ahead is if they can bait out that ult coming in from Renejay, force him to use it like they did just now. I mean, everything was going well for them. They were getting everything except they were getting stat checked, and the waves weren't in their favor. If you revert back time, if we had cleaner waves, and we had the exact same execution, maybe RRQ Akira might have been able to bounce back.
And at 16 minutes game time, Blacks International about 5,000 gold ahead.
Okay, guys, game.
Synchronized, orchestrated masterfully by the House of Black. They
Panalo na to, guys.
very low.
Undepable na to.
Already using
Undepable na to pagkasusunod na Lord. Baka nga, dito nga tapusin na nila, eh.
Akira.
May ulti pa ba Renejay? May ulti pa si Renejay. Pwede pa mag-asim
As
yan.
they do in the bottom side, holding on to that mid lane base turret.
Oh, the only one left. The main artery that RRQ Akira have to protect. Long lane, dead lane. Blacks International is going to have the Lord dances of their lives. It's so much easier for them to get this Lord coming up in a minute and a half, but something tells me our Reckon gentlemen might not even get there because Blacklist, they want to push in.
They're going to push it in into the base. RQ Akira trying to hold it down.
Yan, okay. Third Lord. Chill! Mami, chill!
Stay in this game a little bit longer.
Boss Dog, wala ka ng plan mag-invest or gumawa ng team sa North America server? Tol, gusto ko. Kaso wala talaga dun, Tol, pagdating sa Mobile Legend eh. Kahit nga din dito sa Pilipinas, palugi, Tol eh. Palugi din dito sa Pilipinas, men. Kahit din dito, guys, palugi. Simulan na wala yung MPL qualifier, palugi. Nahihirapan yung mga companies na mag-ROI. Totoo lang ha. Yan, sinasabi ko na sa inyo, galing yan internally ha. Na nahihirapan talaga si Mobile Legend pagdating sa Mobile Legend pati yung ibang camp dito sa Pilipinas ha. Sa Indonesia okay eh. Laka. Gago kayang tunawin Sensui. Sa Dota malaki. Sa Dota malaki. Kasi may di naman sa yung betting site kasi sa Dota guys, malaki magbigay. So yung mga kinukuha ng betting site na mga team, pumapayag naman si Valve, di ba? Si Monton kasi ayaw talaga nila na may betting site. Saan kukuha ng pera ngayon yung mga di ba? Yung mga companies. Hirap guys, may hirapan talaga.
He's actually so low. He's playing with a little danger here. He still has the black shoes and the purify, so
pero kanya-kanya naman kasi ng rulebook yan eh. Laka! Sensui, men! Gago ka, Sensui. Gago ka, Sensui. Edward, ulti tapos petrify. Alam, petrify, walang ulti, patay! Oh my God!
They're happy with Sensui down, but they gotta manage the waves as well into the base.
Diploma or diskarte? Diploma! Kung madiskarte ka, magkakadiploma ka eh! Duh!
To me, I think it's totally worth it here. This is the first mistake we actually see coming out from Blacklist.
Kung madiskarte ka, alam mo kailangan mo ng diploma eh.
Also in the front of the side here, still dealing with it.
Okay guys, dalang chill. Lord na.
With that immortality as well. They're buying so much time waiting for Sensui to get back for this. Once again, Luis with the circling eagle. They'll find Yue.
Oh my God, man.
King can't find the lockdown.
Ay gago, patay ito si King. Dito mama. Ubos sa Blacklist. Ubos sa Blacklist, men. Pinilit pa. Nice one. Naku, thrower to kakay guy. Ah!
What a save from Luis. The Brazilian Express from Manila to Rio de Janeiro. He saved King.
Oh my God! I thought Takashi messed up there, but no, all part of the plan. RQ Akira are here to play.
Oh, Edward's not done though.
Edward still keeping him at bay. This is going to be a Lord for Black.
Bakit di na pwede balik yung MPL qualifier? Hindi na guys, franchise na eh. Franchise na eh.
To defend the base to stay in this series.
Kaso mahirap kasi yung market ng Pilipinas guys talaga. Mahirap talaga i-breakthrough.
But you can't beat the master plan. Amazing recovery from Blacklist despite having noticed if
sa'yo nagsimula lahat, boss dog, kundi dahil sa'yo walang ML ngayon dito sa Pilipinas.
Amazing Lord pickup, an evolved Lord scored by Black.
Gagsi ka, Sensui, men. Sayang yung Lord nyo, tol. Legit, tol, sayang yung Lord. May ulti pa Renejay, nice. Kala ko walang ulti si Renejay. Tapos guys. Gagsi ka na. Hindi pa ata tapos guys. Tapos. Oh! Nice. Nagto-throw na rin yung RRQ. Min!
RQ Akira with a defense.
Overheat.
Wild Drip o ML? Both, man.
Blacks International could have ended
Nilalagay ko din ngayon Wild Drip eh.
RQ Akira took down the minions, attacked the Lord, and believed.
Kasi ang ganda ng plano ng Wild Drip by next sa 2024 eh. Baka sila na yung magpa-qualifier eh, para magkaka-MPL din sila. Hindi ko alam. Bawal ko pang i-disclose guys.
I could have sworn that was it. I could have sworn.
Kaya madaming lumilipat din ng ano ngayon.
Minion there, and the Lord, I guess they were out of range.
Kasi yung nangyari guys sa ano eh, MPL franchise, parang nawala yung the dream. Kasi isipin mo lahat may chance eh, di ba? Kaya nga may MPL qualifier.
If we're thinking, hey, Blacklist, they're the ones who overheated. Guess what?
Pero hindi natin alam. Ano masabi mo kanina?
Exact same way. I'm an empath.
What's ano masabi mo sa Fireflux?
Okay, to be fair,
Lakas! Lakas kahapon eh, no?
Luis is
Lakas, min.
and he believes there was
Post game!
remaining from those who were ready to take.
Kailangan ma-2-0 to ng Blacklist. Pagkat nanalo dito, RRQ min. Ibig sabihin,
We got a moment.
vulnerable sila min.
Just what just went down.
Jay, kailangan mong,
Still not great for our
min, kailangan maayos na ulti, Jay. Bawal mamatay si Sensui.
Of course, they're not cracking anything off of Blacklist, but you can see that the ideas and the execution is becoming cleaner and cleaner as the game goes by. And strangely enough, Blacklist International finally getting punished for some of their mistakes. For an example, when we saw
H2O or Irad?
Second Lord, we did see UA actually
Irad daw tol?
forcing
Pagdating sa
him to
skill
have to move away from Sensui to cover his butt and make sure that he's topped up. Instantly, we see RRQ Akira jump onto Sensui, and that's what started this bounce back from RRQ Akira.
Bagalaw ko tsaga daw, tinignan ko, hindi naman.
getting better, right? We mentioned this at the 16, 17 minute mark. Hey, they're learning.
Signature
They're learning
pose.
how to actually isolate members of Black.
Hindi, ano lang yan?
Ube recoded this.
Ihi lang yan, iihi. Naiihi.
I'm
Naiihi.
wondering what's next. I guess people have to stop overheating, and I have to admit, RRQ Akira is just outnumbered. You see the agents on the stands?
A lot of agents out there.
It's going to be a very, very silent haul if RRQ Akira win this. And I think that at the very least, when we're looking at the game as a whole, right, with some of the sloppy mistakes that happen, well, not really sloppy mistakes, but just like in general, how
Nakita ko reaction ni mo, Basin sa ano ah.
corner and all of a sudden
Sa dosball pati TOB.
worst case scenario.
Hater ba? Eh, ano ba? Magkaaway ba si mga Basin pati sila Hun?
Very small and build up very, very quickly, which this is how Blacklist are able to
Di ko magets min eh. Totoo lang.
teams in the world. They catch you slacking. They catch you
Parang di niya sinusuportahan eh.
change ever so slightly, and then it eventually
No?
builds up. I think that at least for RRQ Akira, the execution has kind of, been minimized compared to
Parang di sinusuportahan ni ano eh, no?
this game. They can get Renejay to use his ult super early on and find a way to at least
Sinusuportahan ba ni mo, Basin?
away from that fight.
Magkakaaway ba sila dun?
Well, keep in mind that big target, that hit marker, it's not just Sensui. They can get
Mabait naman si Mobasin, mabait din naman yung kasama ko dun, guys. Problema na yun. Pag ganun kasi talaga.
Kings say, get the ult off of the hitman, get those purifies off, and then we're talking business.
Ba't wala si Venus? Nagpapahinga, guys.
Seconds away from this next Lord here. So RQ Akira.
Tsaka totoo lang, real talk lang ha, real talk lang ha. Wala nang dapat patunayan sila Sir Venus, pati lang sa Sir Wise kasi
To the point
nag-champion na, lahat. Wala nang dapat silang patunayan.
the item jungling and everything else between both these teams. Look
Tsaka kahit bumalik sila, kaya pa yun nila eh.
25, that's pretty
Haba naman nun.
That's not bad. All right, can I just say, I'm surprised. The Gold League just shrank. Like, in a
Sa ML, may tryout pa ba? Next week, magpapa-tryout ako guys. So, chill lang kayo.
bad as it seems, other than the fact that the structures are missing and they don't have any inhibitors.
Basic mo, Basin, magkaaway.
Luis is very clearly subscribed to grab
Normal na yun, basic.
his members time and time again.
He's got a super app.
He's got the
Tingin mo, Blacklist pa rin ba pag bumalik Venus Wise? Tingin ko, oo.
Heals,
Tingin ko, yes.
positioning, damage. He has a good amount of wisps.
He's got a good amount of wisp, but Sagan is really starting to double up on the damage compared to everybody else. The poke is actually putting in a good amount of work. And not to mention the Gusalo.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa!
Whoa, whoa,
Edward
whoa,
could be in
whoa.
trouble here. Gets away
Munti ka na
from
doon
it.
si Edward, ah.
Edward was gonna be used as well.
Uy!
Dodging that shot as well. He backs off, trying to get back to base.
Close.
But RQ Akira did it. This
Waiting
is-
game lang dito, Blacklist, hanggang umangat yung mga minion wave, men. Hindi naman yan mapapatos ng ano eh, RRQ Lord eh. Hindi nila basta-basta yan mababurst eh. Naka-brody lang sila eh. Patay na to si Luis oh. Super low.
Okay, they need to go for the pull this time around. especially since previously Gusto Lagusa, they know where he was. Big Astral Echoes there. Spots 3, maybe 4. Oheb protects his.
Si Renejay dapat may patunayan. Totoo yun. Ayun ang totoo. Venus Wise wala nang dapat patunayan yun. Wala nang dapat, di na nila kailangan, di na sasabihin na dapat may papatunayan kami. Hindi, may napatunayan na sila eh. Alam mo yun? Wala na dapat patunayan sila Venus Wise.
And if RQ Akira really want to start rolling the dice, I'm confident Sensui is probably going to win that out, especially considering that at least the Grok, he needs to be nearby, but at the same time, you gotta clear that bot side.
Sakit ni ano guys, Yue.
With that again, Luis.
Ilang taon na ako? 12. Hindi. Mag-ano pa lang ako guys? Magta-21. Bata no? Yeah. Ganun talaga guys. Eat healthy everyday. Gogsi, ang ganda ng ano dun. Kaso patay ito Takwashi. Luis, papasok to eh. May pitik to si Luis men eh. May pitik to si Luis. Yung papasok yan si Luis. Gigil na gigil yan eh. Si Luis pati si King. Oh, Luis pumasok sa dalawa. Bam.
Okay, no. They're not gonna completely commit to this, right?
Oh, patay sila dyan.
Okay, they're gonna back up.
Makati yung kamay nung post 5 ng RRQ Akira.
All of a sudden, they see Sagan on that top side. Let's start taking space. Sagan disappears. They start giving away space.
And slowly but surely, RQ Akira have garnered up quite the lead. 1,000 gold ahead already. 26 minutes.
Ano pinagkaiba ng ML sa era ko nung Aether kaysa sa era ngayon? Etong Mobile Legend ngayon guys, kasi dati, dalawang blue buff, di ba? Ngayon, may red at saka blue. Mas disiplinado ngayon, mas kabisado timer. Ay, ganun din naman dati, kabisado timer, lahat-lahat. Super disiplinado ngayon ng player guys. At saka may screams eh, dati walang scream eh. Di ba? Ganda ang ginagawa ni Edward. Ayun lang naman pinagkaiba. Pero aminado, mas malakas yung player ngayon kaysa dati. That's 100% true. Kasi dati dalawa yung blue buff. Ngayon, red at saka blue. So may rotation na. Sabihin na natin na, okay, masakit masabihin, yes, Mobile Legend, nagiging parang League of Legends na yung meta. Ganun. Masakit masabihin pero totoo. Diba? Patay ito si King. Ikot. Ganda pinapakita dito ni Edward Min. Box out lang talaga. Nice! Sensui. May balak ba manood sa venue? Oh! Sa finals. Finals ako sa Sa finals ako manood. Sa finals ako manood. Semifinals or finals, di ko alam. Depende sa mga meeting ko, sa schedule na meeting ko.
Jumps to where King was hiding, forcing him to use the heavy spin. That was his only way to keep himself clean from CC.
Something tells me it was Blacklist International's initiative as well to let King and Luis take that long push down bottom to position them for the perfect. Something tells me they manufactured the fumble.
They manufactured the I mean, I gotta hear some mic checks that no.
Galing
sure. It's all theoretical, but well.
Ayun yung wala ibang bansa. Pagkadating sa Lord, hindi sila magulong magdisiplina. Sa atin, ayun talaga, patay si Osta Galabusta. Tapos na to guys. Gogs, hindi na ano. Patay, Luis. Ubus na. Tapos na, GG well played. Nice one. Nice one, Jay.
History repeats itself.
Nice one, Jay.
As Blacklist International once again defeats RRQ Akira in tonight's closer.
Nice one, Jay.
As Blacklist International walk off the
Nice
stage,
one, Jay.
at least RRQ Akira have left an impression. I'm not seeing too many smiles up there. It definitely shows that the rest of the world is slowly
Let's go, Jay.
watching and creeping up
Nice one,
on
Jay.
Southeast Asia.
Hey, if you're able to take Blacklist close
Nice
to
one,
30
Jay.
minutes, you're doing something right. You pushed them to their limits. You made them have to figure out a way to make that Lord dance go that way. And look at this. The show of sparring between these two teams. Hey, I face after year after year after year. They've evolved. Look at that. Luis, man.
Love to see it, man. Again, sportsmanship here. And like you guys mentioned, there was massive improvement this time around for game 2, right? You're looking at game 1, you look at game 2. This was quick learning, quick adjustment from RQ Akira. Hats off to them for staying in that game.
Kailan daw gagawa ng kanta? Di ko alam, guys. Di ko alam.
We'll see how that kind of transitions for the rest of their matches throughout the group stage here.
I think the only thing that RRQ Akira can really hold themselves accountable to.
Okay guys, outing na ako.
They had in game number 2 was the fact
Congrats,
that
Renejay. Nice game, nice game.
in particular fashion because what?
Out now, guys.
It felt like they were hiding it for so